In this video, we are teaching you how to use the porpro app as we wish it to be updated at JS Trucking. The app you should download is called porpro V2. If you have downloaded the correct app, the login screen will look like this. Here you will enter your username and password. Both username and password fields are caps sensitive, so it must match exactly as provided, otherwise you won't be able to log in. You're going to click the top login button, not the enterprise login, once you enter all the information. When you first log in, it will take you to this screen with two tabs at the top, one that says Active and one that says Upcoming. To start, we will concentrate on the Upcoming tab, which you can get to by either hitting the check Upcoming in the middle of the screen or clicking the top right tab that says Upcoming. On the Upcoming tab, we can scroll down and see all the jobs that have been assigned. We are seeing two currently. The first says Global 2 to RJW Lockport, back to UP Dalton with the empty. The second job is an empty at NS47 with a booking, picking up at ACE Crossdock Live Load back to NS63rd. The app goes in order it was placed on you, so you can only actively work on one job at a time, and only the first job in the queue of jobs. If you wanted the order switched, you would need to contact dispatch to switch it around. If the order of the jobs is satisfactory, you would simply do them in the order assigned. From the Upcoming screen, we can see this load has a 5 a.m. appointment on 0531, and box comes from Global 2. The container number is EMHU 123456. If we click on the blue letters at the top, the JSTRCHIM number, it will open the load up. Once inside the load, it will give you a reject or accept move option. If you are rejecting the load, please call the office to tell them. Assuming you are accepting the move, proceed with clicking Accept Move. This will prompt you to another screen giving you two options. One is Accept and Start Move, which means you're going to do the move immediately, and one that says Accept Now and Start Move Later. Accept and Start Move should be used for a move you're doing immediately after receiving it. The Accept Now Start Move Later is for jobs for the next day. You're letting dispatch know you've received the job and you're going to do it later. You can acknowledge and start later all moves in your upcoming queue. If you did choose the Accept Move and Start Later, when you go back in the move the next day, it will prompt you to click Start Move again. This is a delivery from Global 2 to Lockport. When you're in your truck on 531 starting your day, you would click Start Move. This lets dispatch know you're on your way to perform this move. Once you click Start Move, it will ask you if you want turn-by-turn navigation. porpro has told us this is truck navigation, but JAS cannot confirm that these directions will not take you down a street a truck doesn't belong on. So you must use discretion and watch where you're going. Best practice is to plan your route before you even start moving the truck and know what streets to avoid. If we look inside the load, we're going to see an area at the top for chassis number, which in later steps will prompt you to enter the number or confirm it. The container number on any inbound should already be present. A spot to enter the seal number once you're at the ramp, and you can also simply type it in. Pieces and weight are also an option, but you would only use those for a pickup, which we'll talk about later. Under bill of lading, this one has a star BOL, which means a BOL is needed for delivery. This will show up with a packing slip choice, which you would click on it and allow you to email yourself or any email to send that BOL, which we have named packing slip. The BOL number might also be a physical number, which would be your delivery number. If we scroll further down, we'll see a PO location, which in this case serves as a delivery number, and the ramp pickup number for the container. Near the middle of the screen is where driver notes are located, which in this case says must scale light and heavy. Once you are ready to head to the ramp to start the job, you would click En route, which signifies you are en route to the ramp, in this case Global 2. Once at the ramp, you would click Arrived. After you're done at the ramp and have successfully outgated the container, you would click En route to customer, which in this case is RJW. The screen may keep prompting you to enter the chassis number. Once the chassis number is confirmed, you should enter it, but you can click Skip until you are ready to confirm it. Now, if you have followed all those steps, you should not need to click Arrived. The GPS in the truck should automatically mark you in when you arrive. Give it about 5 minutes to update once you arrive. If it doesn't update, then you would click on the Arrive. It takes about 5 minutes sometimes to mark you in. Once on site, you should get unloaded and get the BOL signed or a POD depending on which is required for this inbound. Once ready, you will click the Take Photo option. None of the other options on the screen for uploading the POD or BOL is correct. Always choose Take Photo and choose type as proof of delivery. Uploading paperwork. Once you scan the BOL, you'll see 4 options at the bottom. The first on bottom left is a way to change the parameters of the document, meaning you can get more area if some was cut off by resizing it. The second button lets you turn the document to the left or right in case it were upside down or sideways. We won't use the third button at all. The fourth button lets you choose different options like a monochrome or black and white, color, auto, or photo. This might make harder BOLs easier to see. It's best to play with it a little when you encounter a difficult to read BOL. It will also ask you to electronically sign this document. Just click the skip option. It should then prompt you to click Next again, and will ultimately upload the document into the system. For multiple document pages, simply upload as a POD until all of the documents are uploaded. Once done at RJW, if we leave the receiver, it will automatically put you en route to the ramp. You do not need to click en route, although you may. Once you arrive and ingate the container, you will click Arrived again, in this case at UP Dalton. The last step will be to complete load. It will only let you complete the load if you have filled out all the required information. If you have not, it will prompt you to enter certain details before you can close the load. Once you have and you click Complete, it will remove from your active screen and will be a completed move. Next, we will see how updating a pickup works. Again, click Start Move. Then en route to ramp, in this case NS47. When we arrive at the ramp, we will click Arrive. The next bit of business is entering your container and chassis number. Once those are entered, you would click En route, in this case to ACE Crossdock. Again, once you arrive at ACE, the system GPS should mark you in once you enter the loading area. Check in about 5 minutes after you arrive to see if it has. If it has, the next option, En route to ramp, will be the green one. If you would not see it, you would click Arrive at ACE Crossdock. Once loaded, you will take your paperwork information and enter in the pieces, weight, and seal number into the app. Then you will again choose to upload your paperwork. Just like on an inbound, you want to choose Take Picture, not any of the other options. This will bring you to a screen asking you to choose document type. You're always going to want to choose proof of delivery for every document type. In this case, to do it, you need to click Show More Documents. Once you get there, you choose proof of delivery for every document type. Never choose bill of lading. The system can only automate proof of delivery, so regardless of the type of document, we want you to choose proof of delivery. Once this is uploaded, again, you will choose En route to ramp, arrive at ramp, and ultimately choose Complete Load once ingated. Another section of the app to look at is the Other tab, located on the main screen in the bottom right-hand corner. Once we click there, in the middle of the screen, we'll see Load History. This is helpful to see loads you've completed. But even more importantly, if you need to upload a document or something is missing from a load, this is an easy way to find it. Simply click Load History. Then, up in the top right corner, enter the dates you're looking for from when you did the move. From there, you can still get in the load even though it's been completed, and again, upload missing documents.